Hi everyone, Dee's from Turtle Dove. How's everyone going today? Well, I have ruined one of my resin moulds. This is what I'm talking about. It's going to be a very big learning experience for me. I don't know what I did wrong. Maybe one of you viewers could tell me if you know a bit about epoxy resin. I did a test run on this mould. It's a dice storage box. And I did a test run on this, just one side. There was no problems with this coming out of the mould. I did have some bubbles. And I also, that fibre, the beautiful fibre that I put through there, I don't know if you can see on camera, you can just see it's flashing blue purple. Probably see it more under the dark colour. Let's see, you can see that there. Well, at the back I just let it sink, and of course see that awful roughness that you can see at the bottom. That's all that fibre that sunk to the bottom. So I learnt from that one. I did it again, and this time I used a lot of resin and made two, thinking that they would work. I resolved the problem with the roughness and that sinking of the fibre that I placed in there. That actually worked out really well, because what I did was I just put a thin coat of resin down, let it dry or cure, and then I sprinkled some on, and I did about 3 or 4 layers doing that all the way through, and that worked out fine. But I'm still getting bubbles. Look at this, and that one, and on this one there's a few bubbles on the top here, even though I let the resin sit after I mixed it for a bit. And I also have a gas, what do you call it, a gas torch. And I just lightly heated up the top after I poured it in the mould. I'm thinking maybe why this stuck is because I torched maybe too long and sort of ruined the mould. But I didn't torch long. I don't think. From what I've seen on YouTube, they just do a really quick pass a couple of times, and I did that, and I'm still getting bubbles. And look at this, you can see some of the mould still on there. Now, as far as I know, I don't think you are supposed to use any spray before you pour on the mould. I know that there is a mould release that you can buy, and maybe that's what I need to do, but it is really stuck on here. As you can see, I've just ripped the whole mould away, and I can't even get this off. It's almost like there was a chemical reaction, and it's sort of chemically burnt into the resin. I don't know. So if anyone can help me, that would be great, if you know anything about epoxy resin and working with moulds. Because for now, because resin is so expensive, it sort of put me off doing any big projects until I get this sorted out, and also the bubbles sorted out. Now, as far as the bubbles go, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But yeah, that same mix, I made these with the leftover little pendants with the leftover resin, and there's 1 or 2 tiny little bubbles. There's one in there, or although it might not even be a bubble. Let me put my glasses on and I'll have a look. No, there's definitely a bubble. oops, smack in the middle of this one, but it's really small. You can just see smack in the middle there. But the others are fine. So I have this one with a bit of glitter I mixed in, and this one had the little fibre, iridescent fibre strips in there. So they turned out fine. I haven't finished these. I'm doing something with these and I'll show you in another project share. I want to make a few of these. So for now, until I get this all sorted out, I'm sticking to small things. And I'm also very pleased with this fish. And I'm making these fish for a little resin aquarium that I want to do, and of course I'm not going to do that until I get this sorted out, because that's going to take a lot of resin and it's very expensive, and I can't afford to keep buying $30, $40 bottles of resin only for them to not work out properly. Basically, I've got to throw that out. I don't even know if I can save this. What I'm thinking is if I can get the rest of the mould off, I'm going to make this look more gothic, and because this was going to be a birthday gift for my son-in-law, because he has quite a few dice. I mean, look at this, look how big that is. I can put my whole nail in that, and that one, and yeah, I looked and looked and I didn't see these, so maybe I should have popped in here and kept an eye on it over an hour or so. So anyway, I'm thinking of roughening this up in places, putting some mica powder underneath, and then just painting a light layer of resin on top of that so that it gets some colour, and maybe sticking some metal swords on the lid. Goes on like this. You keep the dice in there, and making it into something that looks more Halloween-y, gothic-y, I don't know. But yeah, I'm really disappointed with this. It used a lot of resin, so I've got a lot to learn, but that's going in the bin. In fact, I'm putting it in the bin now. That was a little bit satisfying after all the trouble it gave me. But yeah, I'm still doing good with some things. But yeah, I'm going to make a few more of these little pendants and get back to you at another time, let you know what I've done with these. I might make a few more of these fish, because the first 3 that I made, they're not curing underneath. They're still sticky. Get my finger marks on there. So they were sort of a waste as well, but they're good practice. So yeah, I'll be making maybe another 4 of these fish. Then I'll pick 3 of the best. But this one turned out really nice. There's some glitter in there. There's some silver glass diamond flakes in there. Mica powder, and then a lot of the areas are just clear. And I think it turned out really nice. So I just thought I'd show you that, because not everything turns out. Hopefully I can save this and make something quite unexpected out of it, which can happen a lot in art and hobbies. Things don't always go to plan, and then you get something completely different, so who knows. But I will share if I do that. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Look after yourselves, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.